Hello, connectors. I'm Grace Nelson, and I make up one half of One Less Stress Connect alongside my business partner and bestie, Charlotte Barrett. Now, Charlotte and I have designed this fantastic platform called One Less Stress Connect, which is aimed at people like you, the part-time entrepreneur. And by that, I mean somebody who is trying to build a successful business around full-time employment, family, or other commitments. Charlotte and I have been there. We both have come from a background whereby we've been in demanding corporate roles, earning very good salaries, but our passion really was in this business, which is all about connecting inspired part-time entrepreneurs, motivating them and helping them to live out their dreams by building successful, profitable businesses. Everything we do, our ethos, is all aimed at helping you to build a business that works, and by that means generating revenue and income on a consistent basis, and two, can grow. So whereby you've got a small model at the moment, and you're serving and generating maybe in the thousands, growing that business so whereby you're taking it out to a wider audience who are still your ideal audience or your ideal client, but you're really taking your business to that next level whereby your income levels are significantly increasing. And so that's essentially what we do in a nutshell. And on that premise, Charlotte and I have designed this fantastic new coaching program called the Evolution of an Entrepreneur. Now, the Evolution of an Entrepreneur program drills down into the 4 basic success principles that we know that in order to build a successful business, you must have as part of your business model, okay? These are essential, integral success principles. If you really want to achieve a business that 1 can work and 2 can grow, then these must be evident in your business model. And the 4 success principles are namely 1, laying the right foundations, 2, creating a scalable, workable model, 3, building strategic relationships, and 4, developing your entrepreneurship. The last one is the underlying thread that holds everything together and underpins all of the other success principles. And that really drills down into your mindset. When you do overcome barriers, which you will in your business, we all do. I can't hide that from you. That's the very nature of building a business. You have to go through your trials and tribulations, your highs and lows. So mindset really will help you hone in on your why, which is why you're doing this in the first place, and help you to overcome those barriers or challenges or obstacles that get in your way. So today I will be speaking about success principle number 2, which is all about creating a scalable working model. Now, when starting out in business, some of you may not have a business partner or bestie like I do, Charlotte. So Charlotte and I, we both had this dream, had this passion, and we aligned our values and ethos together, hence why we've got One Less Stress Connect, and it's working brilliantly for us. And it's actually working so well that we are moving up the growth ladder steadily and increasing our awareness, our marketing awareness and brand awareness. But for others, maybe like you, when starting out, you may not have the luxury of having a business partner. So really your journey is on a solo scale, which isn't bad because business is overwhelming, whether you've got a business partner like Charlotte and I have, or you're on your own. You know, you still have to wear so many hats within your business and juggle quite a lot of things. Not to mention, you've got the additionality of your full-time employment, your family, and your other commitments. So the key is, how do you scale your business whereby you're going from a one-to-one basis, because your time's quite constrained, quite limited, you can only really market yourself to get your maybe your service or product out there to a small network of people. And it's just you. It's just you doing this. You don't yet have the money to employ someone else, to attract in a bigger team that can really help you push it out to all corners of where you want your market base to be. So that one-to-one model needs to change to either one-to-many or many-to-many. That's the key. That's the key to growth and creating a scalable business. And in order to achieve that, first of all, you really need to sit down and look at your business model and really drill down into the many components and see if you have really nailed your secret sauce. And by secret sauce, I mean, are you steadily attracting that one-to-one client model? Are the one-to-one clients trickling in so that you're steadily and consistently meeting your baseline revenue on a monthly basis? Is that happening? Because if you haven't yet nailed that, then there's no point at all trying to build a scalable model, because you haven't even niched or nailed your smaller scale model. And that's quite important, because I've had many clients in the past that come up with these fantastic ideas, and right from the get-go they want to build these global, successful, profitable, all singing, all dancing, scalable businesses. And the reality is, yes, it will happen in time, but if you haven't yet nailed your business model so that it can achieve that success in the future, then unfortunately your business will not survive. Okay, now we already know that 8 out of 10 businesses will fail within the next 5 years. I mean, that statistic just always disheartens me every time, because that's a large proportion of us that are starting out with businesses, all trying and working hard to make these businesses work, plowing in our savings into the business, trying to connect with people, really market yourself out there. But with the reality kicking in that you could be one of those 80% businesses that might not be around in the next 5 years. Charlotte and I don't want that for you. So that's why we are here to help. And we have developed these success principles as part of our 4-part strong framework in order to ensure that we will still be talking and seeing each other within the next 5 years. That is our aim and ambition. So have you nailed your secret sauce? That is the question I ask you first of all. And it's not easy when starting out with a business. That's why having the right plan is essential in order to then start to scale up. Now, 2 examples I'm going to explore today are very good examples at illustrating the point of scaling up and the fact that you will not achieve overnight success. So, if you have just suddenly wake up with what you feel is a winning business idea, you're not just suddenly going to attract all the clients that you've ever dreamed of attracting to buy into your products or service. It just doesn't work like that. So, looking at Uber, I think this is a fantastic story which really illustrates my point today. So Uber started in 2008 with 2 founders that went to a tech conference in Paris, France. And, for a long time, they've been moaning about the very fact that it's hard to get a cab where they were living because, everywhere's always booked, especially if you're coming out of the, say, the airport, for example, and it's raining and you're lugging all your luggage with you. It's hard to just hail a taxi just to take you home. And we've probably all experienced that same problem in the past as well. So Uber was the solution to this. Uber started out as a tech company which was based upon a mobile app, and it was all about giving people the opportunity to book a cab via the mobile app so that they could just readily get this cab on demand and, track its progress. Fantastic model. Don't get me wrong. But when starting out, Uber experienced so many glitches, so many hurdles. They managed to saturate a small market in New York. The business was working well, but it was on a very, very small scale. Okay, so just remember that. 2008, 2009, 2010, Uber was on a very, very small scale, and we're talking 2 years since the conception of this idea. And then they saturated or attempted to saturate the San Francisco market. So even though their market was growing and awareness was slowly getting out there, their business model and scale was very, very small. Okay, so it wasn't until post 2010 that things really started to kick off for the two co-founders, and they secured some external funding via a platform, a funding platform, which helped them to inject more cash flow into their business so that they can start to scale up some of the tech and really get their business model out there. Now today, Uber alone is a £60 billion business. Okay, that is staggering. So just think back at the 2 years where they were trying to get their name out there, they were trying to get into the marketplace, they were struggling, to now, whereby they're £60 billion business. Now in London alone, 30,000 people download the Uber app on a daily basis. Okay, I love Uber. Unfortunately, for my sins, I think I use Uber a bit too much. A significant proportion of my income goes to Uber. I'm trying to curb that at the moment. But so let's all just recognize how successful Uber is. But they had their challenges. Also, there were lots of protests and campaigns about Uber from other firms such as black cabs, so black taxi firms and other cab companies who were just dead against Uber. But Uber had nailed it. I mean, it took some time, don't get me wrong, slow and steady. But now to get to this point where they're earning £60 billion turnover and they're diversifying, so going into Uber Eats, another strand of the business, you know, on a consistent basis, they're trying to diversify and saturate different markets, which is brilliant. But it all takes a lot of planning, a lot of thinking. And before they start to diversify, they made sure that they had nailed their secret sauce. Okay? Another company that I think also excellently illustrates this point about creating a scalable working model is Airbnb. Now, Airbnb started out with the same sort of story of Uber. Two people, two roommates had a dream. Okay, they were barely covering their rent on a monthly basis, so they thought about firstly maybe renting out some mattresses. Okay, so for a small fee, people could just come and rent a mattress in the place or flat where they were living. So they did that for a couple of years, and then their business started to grow from there, whereby they were forging links with different hotels, different places, different partners, getting them on board. They had an investor actually who injected quite a large sum of cash, but still they were only making about $200 a month. Okay, now today Airbnb makes a significant amount of money. Okay, they have really thought about their business, now their secret sauce, and that's why they're successful today. But going back, things weren't that great. Things were quite gloomy, and that's because they were trying to grow quickly without really looking at their secret sauce and nailing that. And that their failures were really down to the quality of photos, which were being marketed to advertise some of the rooms that were on their books. So when they started to re-look into this, they noted that everything they do should be of quality. So they urged the people, the partners that they're working with, to take decent photos of some of the rooms, or all of the rooms that they were advertising on their platform. And this was the only way that they can really and truly attract their ideal client. And as I said today, Airbnb is a successful business model. It's a business model that when starting out in business, it's regularly taught by coaches or mentors, because it provides a platform for showing you how it should be done correctly, how starting off with the right plan, understanding your plan, nailing your plan is so essential before you even start to grow your business model. And I think that's key, because there is a danger, and I've seen it all too often, where people just want to jump from A right down to Z, but without having to go through all the different steps in between to ensure that they've truly, truly nailed the business model and understand it. So if anything, I would like to leave you with 3 takeaways, which I think is integral. If you're listening to this video today and you're really looking to take your business to that next step on the entrepreneurial ladder, you're itching to leave your full-time job and hand in your notice, yet you haven't quite nailed your secret sauce, okay? So number 1 is slow and steady. Like I said before, you're not going to achieve overnight success. It's very, very rare. So why don't you just sit down, look at your business model, and really make sure that you understand the mechanics of it. You've really nailed it so that you are attracting your ideal client or ideal audience on a consistent monthly basis. There's no gaps. There's no months whereby you're making maybe £5,000 or $5,000, and then the next month you're making zilch, okay? You want to have that baseline quite consistent throughout the year, maybe year 1 or year 2 before you even start to think of scaling up, okay? Number 2 is all about taking advice, okay? I urge you to seek out people that have been there, done it, and got the t-shirt, and are building, or have built, sorry, I should say, similar businesses to what you're trying to do now. These are your mentors or coaches. Reach out to them, because they can help you. They can provide that objective insight into your business, let you know whereby you might have some gaps or some flaws in your business model, so that you can start to fill in those gaps and really nail your secret sauce. That's important, because you want to end up with a sweet smelling business. We all do. We all want it for you, okay? So reach out to them, invest in them, and because at the end of the day, you're investing in yourself and your future. And I truly believe that is the way in order to make your business go to that next level. And lastly, number 3 is all about marketing, okay? So once you sat down, you're starting to nail your business model, really get to grips with it, and that money is coming in on a consistent basis. No highs or lows or dips, but it's very much consistent. If anything, you're growing month for month. That's the ideal place where we want you to be. You need to look at your marketing, okay? You need to look at techniques and adopt new techniques whereby you can start to cast your net a bit wider to attract your ideal audience into your pool or your fishing net, okay? So techniques such as Facebook ads work. If you've got a mailing list, make sure that you're constantly adding new people to your mailing list so that you're keeping them updated with what you're doing and you're growing. Social media is a perfect platform whereby people can just get a feel for you, your character, because ultimately people will buy into you before they buy into your business. They need to resonate with your values and ethics. That's essential. So that's it for today. These are the 3 golden tips or takeaways that I want you to refer back to and adopt within your business if you are indeed at a point whereby you're trying to grow your business or create a scalable working model. Now, like I said, Charlotte and I have designed this fantastic coaching program entitled The Evolution of an Entrepreneur. And if you are interested in joining this program or learning more about the different mechanics in detail, then please do email info@onelessstressconnect.co.uk for more information, and Charlotte and I will get back to you as soon as possible on that one. Okay, take care and goodbye.